How's it going, everyone? This is Brendan over at Green Tree Auto Styling. Today I wanted to discuss with you proper washing techniques when it comes to washing your own personal vehicle at home. Now, these techniques are going to prevent damage done to your vehicle by using the 3-bucket method. This is a method that we use for every vehicle that comes into our shop to prevent any damage, any scratches, swirl marks, that kind of thing. We're going to talk about that today and proper ways to do it. First, let's talk about what each bucket is. Now, our first bucket here, this is our wash bucket. This is going to hold the soap and the water and a clean microfiber wash mitt. Second bucket is our wheel bucket. It's a bucket of water. We have all of our wheel tools, our lug nut brush, tire brush, and our wheel woolly for the inside of the barrel of the wheels. Third bucket is our rinse bucket. Now, before any dirty tool or wash mitt goes back into either of these buckets, we need to make sure they go into this bucket. We get all of the loose dirt out of the tools and into the bottom. Our first step is going to be to rinse off the vehicle. We want to get any loose debris, dirt, grime, whatever it could be, off of the vehicle as much as we can with water. Now, we are using a pressure washer here, but if you're doing this at home, you don't have a pressure washer, a regular hose will do just fine. Now, after you do the initial rinse, the next step is to introduce chemicals to the vehicle. So first thing I'm going to do is the wheels and tires. We're using Adams Wheel Cleaner and Adams Tire and Rubber Cleaner for the wheels. Once you introduce the chemicals, you agitate. We always start with our soft bristle for our rims. Now next I take this is our little more stiff bristle brush. Use that to agitate the chemical on the tire itself. Almost forgot our lug nut brush. Most people won't have something like this. This is a very good tool to have to really get into these lug nuts. Now you might think we're done, but not quite. We still have one more tool to use on each wheel. Get some water out of this. Now this is our wheel woolly. This is to get into the barrel of the wheel. So after that wheel is done, we move on to the next 3. We let those sit, those chemicals sit, activate even further. And one thing I haven't showed yet is that each tool that I just used, I put into our middle bucket, the rinse bucket here in this order. So we have our wash, rinse, and wheel bucket. And they all went into the rinse bucket. I'm gonna agitate the dirt off of them on the grit guard at the bottom. Let some of the dirty water fall out. Put it back in the wheel bucket. The next chemical we're going to introduce to the vehicle is our bug remover. next step is optional. The reason I say that is because not a lot of people have access to this. It is our foam cannon step. So we're gonna foam down the entire car. One of the most important things you can do when cleaning a car, especially if you're outdoors in the sun, is to keep it lubricated. You wanna make sure the car is wet at all times until you're ready to finally drive. All right, I got this thing calibrated now. Now we should see some thick foam. So the next step, after you let the foam sit for a minute, help eat that debris that's on the vehicle, is to move into your wash step. So we have a clean microfiber mitt in our wash bucket. Now this is our Adams car shampoo and water mixed. I get nice and soapy. And wash. Now, the important part of the 3-bucket method is the rinse bucket. After you do a panel or two with the clean microfiber wash mitt, you want to take it, put it in the rinse bucket. Now again, the rinse bucket is made to be dirty. You want to get all of the dirt, all of the grime out of the mitt, and in the bottom of the bucket, rinse out the dirty water. Stick it back in the clean, soapy water. Alright, now that we're done with the wash, our next step is to rinse all the soap off, all the chemicals. Alright, the next step after the rinse is to dry. We use a 2-step drying method. We start, number 1, with a leaf blower to get any of the standing water off to make our drying towel work a little bit less than it should. After the leaf blower step, then we use a clean, auto-fibered Redknot automotive drying towel. This is one of the best towels you can get on the market right now. Now all that's left is pulling it outside and doing the final walkthrough.